Hello everyone and welcome to Plaisir Flower channel. Today, as promised on the title, we're going to create a centerpiece for a dinner table. This is for a client whose table is rectangular and long and it sits about 8 to 10 people. We're going to create two. I'll do this one later, but let's do this one together. Their table is quite modern, their decor is quite simplistic, minimalistic. Their chairs, however, are this bright blue, like a royal blue. You will see here, I will open it, and that's why I'm going to be using this gorgeous dyed blue chrysanthemum within the arrangement. Now, arranging a centerpiece for a dinner table should always consider a few pointers. First of all, it shouldn't be very tall. It shouldn't be high, because people sitting across from each other should be able to see each other without having an obstruction of their view due to the flowers. So always, as a test, sit down on a chair and take a look. If you can see the person sitting in front of you clearly, then the height is good. So I'm not going to go much higher than this, and we're going to make it a little bit longer. You can always do this design in one of these regular plastic containers as well. You just put the foam in here and you're good to go. This is not going to cost you very much, on a budget. But for us today, we're going to use one of our luxury velvet boxes, and as you can see, the foam has to come up a little bit from the tray so that I can work with the leaves properly. Now, one of the leaves that I really enjoy working with is this one, which is called Italian ruscus. Italian ruscus has a lot of curves, has a lot of movement, and it's quite nice if you want to make something long. So I'm going to use Italian ruscus as a base, and then we're going to do our leaf work first. I'm going to cut about the same length for both of them, because I'm going to use it at the end, and that gives me the perimeter and how long my arrangement is going to be. Always remove the bottom leaves, because you don't want any leaves to be going into the water, and that's it. So this gives me the length that I want, and I will just start filling out the rest of the foam with the rest of the leaves. What I like to do is mix leaves together, so I'm going to use a bit of Italian ruscus, as you can see, then I'll use some eucalyptus and so forth. So let's see how that turns out. I've been told by friends, why don't you smile more when you're working? I'm very happy working, but when I get focused, I usually get really serious. So it's not that I'm not happy, I'm very happy, I'm very smiley, but focus to make sure that our arrangement turns out beautiful. So I apologize if I'm not smiling as much, but everybody works in a different way, right? So you want to make sure all your foam is covered, and we're not going to cover it all with ruscus, as I mentioned before. I'm going to use other leaves as well. Smiling. I have to flag myself, smiling. I'll keep smiling. I love getting feedback, you know. Friends are the best ones to give you the real truth. So I love getting feedback. Please write down for me in comments how long you've been following us. Really appreciate your comments. I love reading them. I love replying to them. So please don't shy away from comments. I really like getting them. We don't get too many comments. We get a lot of views, but I think people who are watching are a little bit shy about giving us comments. Please don't be. It encourages us, and please, if you see any value, if you're enjoying yourself watching us make something together, if you're learning something, even if it's one little thing, give us a thumbs up and subscribe so that it encourages us to do more of these videos for you. Okay, so for now I'm okay with this. I'm going to add A little bit of eucalyptus. I love, 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 love this dancing eucalyptus. You see how pretty it is? I'm gonna add some of this. Eucalyptus for me, it's always a bit of luxury. I think it's really a pretty leaf. In Dubai, where our boutique is located, eucalyptus is quite rare and very costly. So we usually use it carefully. But we do use it. We do use it a lot. Italian ruscus as well is a leaf that I really like. You can see the difference in colors. Eucalyptus has a bit of a grayish tone, which I like to set off against the green of the ruscus. So I like the mixture of texture and the mixture of colors in my greenery. Now I know it looks like a bit of a mess, but trust me, it's going to look nice. So the first thing I want to do is to put my focal flowers. This, as I mentioned before, because the client's furniture, their dining table is this amazing blue, we ordered this gorgeous colored chrysanthemum. Look at how gorgeous it is. These chrysanthemums or any of the dyed flowers that you see are injected with color, so they're not sprayed. Let me just put this in the center to give me the height of what I want my arrangement to be. That's it. I don't want it to be any higher than that, right? That's one. I'm going to use the second one on each corner. This one is 2 on this side, and I'm going to use the third one on the same angle on the reverse side. Hey Chai, what are you looking at, mommy? Chai is very interested when a car parks outside, so he's policing the neighborhood. Okay. And this one, I'm going to put it on the opposite side. Okay, so this is now my perimeter, and the rest of it I'm going to fill with beautiful white roses and some other white flowers. These roses, I really, really like them. They are perfect for this size. As you can see, we've cleaned them already. We've taken the outer petals off, and we've left them overnight in the room temperature, not in the fridge, so that they would open up a little bit. Usually when you have your rose, it's nice to gently blow on it. And we're going to place them a little bit higher, a little bit lower, just to give our arrangement a bit of texture. Sometimes you'll see I'll put you know, a stem in the foam and then I take it out because I don't like the place. When you do that, always make sure you don't put the rose or any other flower in the same hole, because that hole is now punched and it's void of water in the foam. So find a new hole, a little bit in front of it, a little bit behind it, next to it, whatever you can, so that they can drink easily. Okay, so we're going to do our rose work now. Now I'm going to add a little bit of wax. I really like wax flowers as a filler because, first of all, they're very pretty. They have a lot of movement, a lot of petals, but also they smell really nice, but very minimal. They're not going to upset your guests because it's not, the smell is not overpowering. It's not going to mix with the smell of your food. These are little things you have to pay attention to when you're doing a centerpiece arrangement. But they have a very, very faint fragrance, which I really, really enjoy. Really pretty, very simple. We're not finished yet because I need to make sure all of the mechanics are covered. But now I'm going to use a little bit of a different eucalyptus. Just to give it more texture and more interest, I'm going to use a different eucalyptus, not only as a filler, but also because texture is important. Eucalyptus always smells also so nice, very, very mild, not disturbing to your guests. But it just adds that little, you know, sense of luxury to your arrangement. So what I always like to do is lift my arrangement up and take a look and make sure that all the foam is covered. On this side, I see that I still have a lot of holes. So we'll continue filling it up. All the other sides seem to be okay. And voila, this is our finished product. I think it looks really pretty, really elegant. It's full. Chai even approves because he came out of his bed to sit right next to it. I hope you enjoyed today's video in making a centerpiece together. Very unique flowers, a beautiful royal blue with white roses. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave us a comment. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.